Alright, it is Sunday, March 10th, 2013, 2:17 p.m. It's 66 degrees out up here in Northeast Ohio. Alright, I did do chapter 3 once already, but it ran like 20 minutes, so I'm going to have to redo it. So chapter 3 is probably going to have to be in 2 parts. Alright, so Genesis chapter 3. Matthew Henry's Concise Commentary of the Bible. Chapter 3, verses 1 through 5. Satan assaulted our first parents to draw them to sin, and the temptation proved fatal to them. The tempter was the devil, in the shape and likeness of a serpent. Satan's plan was to draw our first parents to sin, and so to separate them between them and their God. Thus the devil was from the beginning a murderer, and the great mischief maker. The person tempted was the woman. It was Satan's policy to enter into talk with her when she was alone. There are many temptations to which being alone gives great advantage. But the communion of saints tend very much to their strength and safety. Satan took advantage by finding her near the forbidden tree. They that would not eat the forbidden fruit must not come near the forbidden tree. Satan tempted Eve that by her he might tempt Adam. It is his policy to send temptation by hands we do not suspect, and by those that have the most influence upon us: family members, close friends, husbands, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends. Satan questioned whether it were a sin or not to eat of this tree. How do you know it's a sin or not to eat from this tree? Maybe he was just messing with you to see if you would listen. He did not disclose his design at first, but put a question which seemed innocent. Those who would be safe need to be shy of talking with the tempter. He quoted the command wrong. He spoke in a taunting way. The devil is a liar, so he is a scoffer from the beginning, and scoffers are his children. It is the craft of Satan to speak of the divine law as uncertain or unreasonable, and so to draw people to sin. It is our wisdom to keep up a firm belief of God's command and a high respect for it. As God said, "Ye shall not lie, nor take my name in vain, or be drunk." Yes, I'm sure he has. And it is well said, and by his grace I will abide in it. It was Eve's weakness. Eve's weakness. Oh, Eve, you wicked woman, done put a spell on me. Took that apple down from that wicked tree. Anybody know what song I'm singing it from? I wonder if that song's on here. I wonder if that song's on here. I'll have to look that up. To enter into this talk with the serpent. It was Eve's wickedness to enter into this talk with the serpent. She might have perceived by his question She should have perceived by his question that he had no good design, and should therefore have started back. She should have ran. There's only two people in the garden, her and Adam. It's not God talking to you. Run like hell. Get away from there. Hello? I mean, come on. God, is that you talking to me? And God will be like, no, Eve, I'm up here. I'm not talking to you. Adam, is that you? Adam. No, Eve, Adam's over here. I know that ain't Adam talking to you. I can see him too. And that's my son, the devil. That's Satan trying to persuade you. Don't listen to him. Nope, Eve was just a wicked woman. This coming from a woman too. Satan teaches men first to doubt, and then to deny. He promises advantage from their eating this fruit. Makes them disconnected with their present state, as if it were not so good as it might be and should be. How much better can it get? It's you and your husband naked in a garden with all the fruits and vegetables you can want. What do you gotta do? A little bit of work here and there? Hello? Alright. No condition will of itself bring content, unless the mind be brought to it. He tempts them to seek preferment, as if they were fit to be gods. Satan ruined himself by desiring to be like the Most High. I don't want to be like God. Do you want to be like God? Well, I'm sure there's people out there that wants to be like God. Therefore, he sought to infest our first parents with the same desire, that he might ruin them too. And still, to this day, 2,000 years later, the devil draws people in to his interest by suggesting to them hard thoughts of God's, false hopes of advantages by sin. Let us therefore always think well of God and the best of God. You can't be as good as God. Nobody can be God. God's God. There's no way in hell. I don't care how much of a 33-degree Mason you are. You're not going to be better than God. You're not going to have the powers of God. Nobody will. I don't care how badass of a witch you are. You are not going to have the powers of God. So take your badass witch self and get the hell out of here. Let us therefore always think well of God and the best of God, and think ill of sin as the worst evil thing. Thus let us resist the devil, and he will flee us. Get behind me, Satan. You are not welcome here. I am a child of the Lord, and this is the house of God. Amen, my brothers and sisters. Alright, I'm at 10 minutes, so I don't want to get into the next little tidbit here, which will be chapters 6 through 8. Wow, that was only 1 through 5. I guess if I let myself go, and I guess I can do pretty good on these, can I? Huh. Alright, so this is Genesis 3.1. Alright, my brothers and sisters. Peace be with you. Love you guys. I hope you get abundance of grace bestowed upon you. I love you. Shalom.